melody of that to kind of just keep going around, because what I'm end up doing is swapping the whole thing out and adding another melody, like with the, you know, when I got this. Y'all don't know what this is. Tell Timberland I said what's up. Remember that? It's like an old it's like an old Timberland song called Put 'Em On. Trip out, baby, because I'm low key on like 3 hours. Was up last night putting this stuff together, though. And that camera went out. It's always something. Like I'm not supposed to stream this. All right. Much better, much better. Let me take a gander here. I don't know if you're still there, Edo 770. Appreciate the follow, man. I I'm gonna had some technical difficulties with OBS, and then with the camera. Finally got it. Finally got it together. I think. I hope so. Cause boy. Anyway, so it totally took me out the mood for playing. For working on the song right now, but I'm end up getting back to it in a minute. What I do want to talk about though is this Game Fest. What? Did y'all see those? Let's see if I can pull up. Yeah, I know people weren't too fond of it. Let's see. Look at a quick one. Yeah. Checking the volume while I doing that. While this plays. Yeah, so there was quite a few games that looked cool. There were also quite a few games that looked like games already out. Like they just had to make their version of it. Yeah, I don't know what Pop was in. So they're doing like a lot of quick running in there and stuff. Like it was good. These are just the trailers. Now, say like this. I love the Resident Evil franchise. I don't play the Resident Evil the Resident Evil franchise. I do not play it whatsoever, but I watch it. I haven't played since Resident Evil 2. You know, I used to have to. I got it for Christmas one year, and
Oui. Qui est-ce?
I love it.
So
I
you're the
loved it.
American who called earlier. The sister of the man on the third floor. Ah, welcome to Paris. It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, but I was too scary. I was too scared to just walk around that house. I mean, walk around the police station and all that stuff, man. Things was jumping out. I had to play Tony Braxton in the background. I don't care what you say. Secrets album that just came out too made me feel better. It's crazy how music can help you tie into stuff, right? That Secrets album helped me get through Resident Evil. I tell you what else though, the Bone Thugs and Harmony East 1999 album that got me through Lion King. Oh no, Lion King, or was it Aladdin? I'm pretty sure it was I think it was Aladdin. Now I'm curious. So anyway, this is gonna be pretty spooky and all that good stuff. You know, I want to see that. Let's see. What year did what, it came out in
Don't move. Claire Redfield.
right? All right, so 93, right?
Long ago,
1999.
a shadow fell.
It's 95,
on our
so
planet.
it would have had to been Lion King then.
Guided by calamity, one man sought dominion through reunion. By his will,
Yeah.
a star fell.
It would have been about 95, about when the game would have came out in. So I was right. I was right initially. Yeah.
But our
It's
planet
crazy.
answered,
It's, you see what I'm saying? It's crazy how things can tie.
awakening mighty
And like
weapons
music can
to
tie
stand
to your
against the
memory.
celestial
You know,
threat.
it's like
Now,
certain places and
hope
things that you were doing, how you
endures in
felt.
those who
It's
fight.
incredible.
Long story short,
Just can't remember what you did
world's in
yesterday.
trouble. Has been for a while.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
And what kind of pissed me off about this, man? Well, I love Final Fantasy VII. When it first came out, whenever, eons ago, a long time ago, I think I was like,
I'll make this quick.
I had to be in like in the 8th grade. So however old you are in 8th grade. And I vividly remember my mom coming home. It was 3 discs. It was 3 discs. She ended up just bringing it home. I was on it. Anyway, so I'm saying that to say, to see this now, like this when they did the initial remake of it, I thought it was incredible. And I saw people in the chat yesterday saying, man, this, you know, this, of course it took a long time for them to make it or whatever, but like, I guess what it's been, maybe 5 years since that, since maybe even longer, but either way, I think that is
Never would
awesome.
have made it this far without
I
you
think
guys.
this Final Fantasy looks
I won't let you
incredible, man. I wouldn't have never imagined it looking like this when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
At last,
I thought they would have at least made it,
fulfilled.
yeah, still kind of like the same way, but not quite like this. Like you know how the Pixel was more like a flat 2D. It was 3D though, really. It was the first 3D kind of game, and had like fixed backgrounds, but like for it to be told like open world like this, the open world on that was just more like a map. And I thought this was really, really cool too. I played Shadow of the Colossus. I didn't get that far. I think I might only got like 1 Colossus. I didn't do much, but it was a very fun game, and I think I still actually have it just downloaded on the PlayStation. I just haven't cranked it up. But this robot is cool. You know, it's right up my alley. Yeah, look how cool that looks. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I want to do all that. See, this how God of War should be. This is how God of War should be. Like huge entities, beings, whatever you want it to be, and you have to scale them to defeat them. You know, they're massive in size, right? Like, it's cool. Oh yeah, this Cuphead.
Hello there.
Yeah, I don't care about Cuphead. I played it. It's like in my car, but I don't really like Cuphead. It's not for me. I'm not the audience it seeks. I forgot what this was. Oh, Alien. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. My bad. I'm sorry. If y'all want to see this. What do you mean by that exactly?
こんな失態を見逃す会社ではないの。これは最後のチャンス。Do you understand? Yes. I understand.
Yeah. You know, that might be alright. That might be alright. I don't know if I'll play it though. I'm not really one into playing scary games, man. I love watching horror movies though. I could watch any kind of horror movie, but I can't play no horror game. I'll watch a horror game. I watch everybody play them. Shout out to the Rad Brad and Hollow, Queso. That's who I watch the most play. I've been watching Rad Brad for forever, at least a decade. One of the first channels I ever started watching was Rad Brad. I thought this was cool too, but I think this is the one game that kind of, yeah, the fighting in this was yeah, I couldn't really tell what was gameplay and what was. So if this is what the gameplay is like, I mean, I like it. I mean, it's a lot of cutscene. But of course, this is probably a story art part, a story benchmark. Yeah, that's pretty daunting. Like I would not want to. You go through all that just to look up and see.
真到了那天，我的阿宁，还有像阿宁一样的孩子们，就再也不用怕没有家了。
See, that's cool. That was a cool shot. Yeah, blood message. So it looks pretty.
調べたぞお前らのこと。海の向こうじゃアジア人ってんでのけ者にされて。
Oh yeah.
日本じゃ毛頭扱い。
I thought this was crazy though. Like.
俺は何人なんだって何度も思ったろ。敵討ちか。つまらねえことに人生使ってんだ。大統領。
Yakuza? And people tend to know, I guess, what Stranger Than Heaven is. I don't.
俺の人生始まらねえんだ。
That's a pretty cool art direction. I know when I saw that name Snoop Dogg, I was like, what? And Cordell brought us. So, of course, that's Snoop's song. It said Game Pass though, so I guess I'll play it. I'll be playing it.
Is it dangerous?
But I don't know.
Edward.
Still don't know what it is.
Privateering. Is it dangerous?
Wouldn't pay so nice if it weren't.
I forgot what this was. What is this? It's got to be Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I don't really care too much about that. I don't really care too much for their I haven't liked Assassin's Creed in so long, man. Now this I really care about. I'm super excited about this. Shout out to Paramount. I can't wait to see gameplay of this. I mean, I've been playing Integrated Force, so if it, I think I'll have an idea. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, all right, so we got some turtle action back in this thing. I wasn't too sure at first, but when you hear that, that's how you know. It's like, okay. Yeah, I totally love the turtles, bro.
On Earth, mankind measured time by seasons, not
Okay,
sirens. For a moment, the future felt promising.
They're inside! They're inside!
Out here, that promise is a lie.
You know, I'm a sucker for space and tech games, sci-fi games. We'll be playing No Man's Sky a little bit later, for the record, because I've been at that all week.
Every breath taken is inside an armored shell. You're our last hope. The darkness coming for us. It remembers one man. The pilot.
I don't know what this is. Oh, Gundam. All right. Okay.
Find me. I'm here.
Is that like a bunny bubble around his face?
People are endlessly disappointing. They're greedy.
True that, true that.
They're cruel.
True that, true that. I saw this and thought this was dope
They
too.
lie. They're bullies.
Yes, dogs? Yeah, I got one of them.
So that's what I say when I look at someone like you. Bully.
See, that's where we're different. I genuinely like most people.
Oh, well, then you're truly a sick fuck.
What is this?
We need to move. They'll be coming for you.
Coming for us. You're not one of them anymore.
Yeah, well, that's temporary. Just like you and me.
You guys don't understand the real threat. Not like we do.
Hurry, stay low! If I go to work with my enemy to survive, so be it. For now.
Either we fight those things together, or die alone.
I have the phone. No. Do not touch him.
Yeah, that's gonna be so cool.
We fight together, or die alone.
Xbox, I see you.
Welcome to Durban Acos, where champions are born and losers annihilated.
Yeah, this actually looks cool too. This Star Wars.
My sources say you've been making friends amongst our fellow League pilots.
Racers don't go head-to-head against Bulba. Legends do.
They are not your friends.
I've seen you at Kestar's side.
Looks awesome. Like the graphics are here.
Stay out of my way.
Oh, this is the dream shape.
Character rendering.
There's a reason why they call Kestar Pool the champion. The golden age of the Galactic League begins now.
Yeah, if it's swag, I'ma skip through it. But if it's cool, I'll rock with it. Oh, this virtual divided. Now, I remember virtual fighting, and that was the first one for real. Like, and I used to love it. Somewhere along the way, they went to the left. I gotta start that music. It's crazy. They gonna try to bing me for it. They over here talking and stuff. I just want to see the fighting, you know. Like that. But actual gameplay fight, I don't know what all this extra stuff is. They just had to put me
This being a fighting town.
Yeah.
Be living in car.
I don't want them to hit me for the flag.
Hey, it's me.
There he is!
Shit. This is not gonna blow over, Cielo. You fucked with the Chinese mafia.
One more move and I'll cut her fucking head off!
All right, just take it easy.
That's your.
Madam Sue?
I want to see like real actual fighting.
You play the part of a fighter.
Mechanics in a fighting
But
game, right? Like I want it to be like true to life.
You are lacking in kung fu.
You know. I wonder if we'll see something like that. It was this one game they premiered last year, and I haven't heard anything from it since, but it has some really realistic fighting. So this looks like it's like halfway there.
That's Pai Chan.
Who's Pai Chan?
What?
Yeah, I mean, and it looks cool, you know. So I guess we just have to see once they offer a little bit more to chew on.
100 years have passed.
They're gonna make a Saw game.
Since the genesis of your legacy. They call you a monster. But I call you a prophet. Pain is our only true path to redemption. It strips away the lies that people tell themselves. Only then do they get to see what really makes them tick. A sacrifice must always be paid in blood. Live or die. Your book, bound in blood, inspires those who are worthy. The spiral bleeds ever deeper. Let the games begin.
In ebbing spring, the skies will clot. Our shedding seeds made piles of rot. Odions cast with tempers rare. Red minnows squirm in tainted clay. 3 virtues known, not all recast. For wrath, and doom, and death are last. Find me, fawn, or I'll find you.
I was born to be the collector. To protect a world I cannot be a part of. Destined to be feared for what I am. It is my fate. I have devoted my life to facing them. Those granted the power to raise souls. Those corrupted by their gifts. Tilting the ancient balance toward cataclysm. But at last, their debt is due. Every choice, every breath has led me to this moment. As the moon bears witness, I take the first step. My time has come. I am ready.
Intelligence was just briefed on reports of a separatist fleet massing in the Serralona system.
Then we need to make our move.
You got someone?
Zero Company.
You still got it, old man. What do you got for me, Bennick?
Word Zilius. Coyle's been spotted meeting with local gangsters. Get down there, find out what they're up to. But please, do it quietly.
Criff.
Shots in contact.
My team's got a contract to put an end to Fathom's plans.
I've been tracking Fathom for months. She's at the center of it all.
All right, let's get a team together.
I'm not in it for the credits.
There we go!
It actually looks cool.
He was a good operator. He knew the risks.
The circle must be closed.
Shout out to my wife.
We work with all kinds of folks. Ex-separatists, ex-noble, ex-cons. And we're better for it. We're almost there. We just gotta finish this job.
General Skywalker.
Star Wars has so many branch outs.
We all have our own reasons for coming to this vast frontier. But for our guild, we who protect this land, one reason stands above all others. Our wonder. You feel it too. I see it in your eyes. Wonder at the astonishing power that shapes this land of awe. At the great spirits to whom we are bound. At the gods who hold dominion over all. We cannot guarantee your comfort, or even your safety. But if you yearn for horizons unexplored, for fellowship and purpose, for a cause worth dying for, to you, we can promise magic.
You certainly have reasons to hate me. My son, you've ruined my life. We crave the same thing.
Evil? Am I evil? They adore me. You're a pawn in Brentiss's hand, nothing more.
This won't end well for you.
I've done the unthinkable for my own family.
Determination is not enough to cheat your fate, Dawnwalker.
How many innocents did you drain dry? Maybe we aren't so different after all. Hard to tame, too difficult to reproduce.
Street Fighter 6 is already entering year 4, but I can sense that we already have new challengers on the horizon. Fascinating.
So different. Hey, Tifa.
You're listed here as a private investigator. What does that sort of work entail?
Depends on the night.
I saw this.
Most nights it's
Wolf
watching,
Among Us.
waiting for a
Actually,
slip up.
I love The Walking Dead. I played all that with Clementine, but
And that's what you were doing the night of the
The
incident.
Wolf Among Us, I played a little bit of it just because of The Walking Dead, but I didn't really get all
Took
the
me
way
weeks
into
to
it.
track them down.
I liked it though.
They hadn't cast so much as a shadow. Till that night.
Yeah.
You've been hesitant to share with us. I assume it has something to do with confidentiality associated with the job.
That's wild. Yeah, music's gonna get louder.
Something like that.
Your boss, Miss White, said things didn't go as planned. She mentioned that there was some violence? How does the anger manifest itself?
Maybe. Maybe if it comes on Game Pass.
지금 넥서스 섹터 방향으로 가는 외선 순환 열차가 들어오고 있습니다.
The outer circle line train bound for Nexus sector is now arriving. Please wait for everyone to exit before boarding.
Singing too. But it looks cool though. Yeah, it's cool.
How about you try taking a hit?
You're acting a little strange today.
Oh yeah? It's our first mission in a while. Aren't you a little excited?
Stop saying weird things.
Okay, take it easy.
Quiet. They're moving.
Excuse me. But he look like the Joker is low key.
C3 sync. Ready, Angel.
Roger, Kenna. Tracking.
출입문 닫습니다. Doors closing. How's it looking out there?
Talking and stuff, man.
Can't stand
Just, I don't know. I'm a little sure about the music, and I can't do nothing.
In the movies, this is always where things go wrong.
Hey.
Well, just saying. It's a cliche. Wait, the target stopped.
Hearken! The pulse rain shall cease! In the name of the Father!
It's real dodging and blocking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Hello! The Bricks and Minifigs investigation is coming. It's 51 minutes at this point. I've talked to everyone involved, the McNeffs, Reckless Ben, the Gormans, everybody. And honestly, I found out a lot of new stuff. Pictures no one has ever seen before. Inventories of what was there.
I don't know who he's talking about. I don't. Oh, Lord.
In November 1996, the comedian Chris Rock married a lady by the name of Malak Compton, who also became Malak Compton Rock. He was 27 years old and she was 23. The couple raised 2 daughters during their nearly 2-decade marriage. But following an extended separation starting in 2014, their divorce was finalized in August 2016. That should be the end of the video, right? Nope. We gotta get back out there in these streets, says Chris Rock. That brings us to the second chick, Magdalene Woke. Now, Chris Rock was born in 1965. She was born in 1983. And that was his girl for 4 years, 2016 to 2020. But of course, that relationship. So let's stop for a minute. His wife, his ex-wife, is 4 years younger, but this new lady, Magdalene, was 18 years younger. That's a big difference. Let's see if the trend continues, shall we? The next lady we would have is Carmen Ijoko. That was only 8 years younger. Then we have Lake Bell, 14 years younger, so not so bad. But now we have Simone Hinault, who is a creative producer, stylist, and DJ, and she is 25 years younger.
Damn!
And boy, are the blogs talking about this.
But that makes it like 30
Chris Rock
right?
has a woman
30,
that's old enough to be his daughter. And I've noticed something. A lot of people have a hard time with men, in particular successful men,
I can see that,
dating younger women.
Men who date significantly younger women, and they're like in their late 30s, early 40s, or 50s, or whatever, and they're dating women in their 20s who have like no clue about who they are. The reason that they do that there's 2 reasons. One, they can't find a woman their age who will date them, because women their age find them unattractive, not because of their physical appearance, but because they're not where they're supposed to be in life. Not that it's a race. And then 2, there's something really off about them. They're very underdeveloped in a manly way.
Wait a minute. Did she say underdeveloped?
So they have to find somebody who is naive, who is immature, who doesn't know any better.
I get
She
it.
look like Jada.
Because see, these men don't want to date women their age because what you're saying is younger women are stupid.
Damn!
And it's not just her that's carrying on this trend on the internet.
They want a doormat. Short and sweet answer, they want a doormat. And a lot of those older men, they try to hide it and disguise it in a way where, man, these younger women, man, they don't come with all of the baggage. They don't come with the trauma. They don't come with all that drama. They not set in their ways, and they're easier to mold into a doormat.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
Yeah, buddy, you're right, man. That godlike intuition is crazy because so many black women in the black community have such great godlike intuition that they literally pick the pastors that take all of their money every Sunday and sometimes take all of their I mean, the sipping is real, but hey, some folks gotta pay bills.
Yeah.
But this was a different take.
They want you because you're impressionable. You don't have the experience that they have. I think experience is my biggest issue with it. You're 35, I'm 23. You have a lot more experience over me. So why do you want to come down to where I am? Not necessarily that it's just coming down, but it's just like you have way more wisdom than I do. Why don't you want somebody on your level, if that makes sense?
No,
like, I'm very mature for my
That's
age,
what I'm at with.
but that don't mean I want to go date a man that's 10 years older than me right now.
So this lady actually had what I consider a real concern. She wasn't saying that she was grossed out by older men, just that you have this advantage over me because you lived a life. So why would you want somebody like me when you can get somebody on your level? And this is important because we see a lot of these successful men who haven't developed, as the woman saying here, who are dating younger women. Like, let's look at Dr. Dre, who's 61 years old. He's a billionaire. He's dating Michelle Sanel. You got Jamie Foxx, who's like 59, and he's dating Alice Huckstep. She's pregnant. That's a 28-year-old difference. I mean, Chris Rock is worth $60 million, and this chick is like 36. So those are three examples of men who are dating younger women. And what's happening here is they're trying to shame these guys for doing it because they don't want to deal with women their age. And I noticed that this is something that really happens a lot in America. Like where I'm at, or even in Poland, it wasn't a big deal for a man to have a 20-year-old difference between a woman that he was dating or marrying. But in America, if you're anywhere over 5 to 10 years, it's a really, really, really big deal. And what is happening with a lot of men is a lot of shaming tactics, saying that the women that are your age, you're not man enough to deal with them. They are more intellectually superior than younger women, and they understand your games. They understand what you're trying to do. So you are running from them because you don't want to be held accountable. But then here's the issue.
I think these women are only talking about the exception of the rule and then trying to turn it into a generalization, because yes, there is a percentage of men who cannot attract women their age, but that doesn't go for most of them. If a man can attract a woman who's younger, then he could attract a woman any age, right? Because what these women are saying is like, oh, younger women are stupid.
Now, shout out to this young lady. Check her out on TikTok. Her name is Jenna Lavina. The thing that I like about what she's saying is that it's actually harder to get with a woman that's younger in America. Typically, women want to impress their friends. I mean, if the guy is like in his 50s or 60s and she's like 20 or 30, like, how do you explain that? It's sort of embarrassing. You know, women try to hide those sorts of relationships typically. So it's easier to deal with somebody your age. But I'll tell you exactly why a lot of men like Chris Rock are dealing with women who are younger and typically childish. Well, the main reason is the younger a woman is, the less likely you have to pay for the mistakes of the men in her life who destroyed her whole entire confidence and ecosystem. That's number one. There are a lot of women out here who are exceptionally beautiful, exceptionally fine. I mean, and they could be in their 50s or 60s. The reality is, nobody can deal with those problems, okay? Let me give you an example. I got a homeboy He comes out to Uganda like 2 or 3 months out of the year, and he's almost 40. He has a girlfriend, very beautiful, and he was in a relationship with a woman before in the States. Now, there were some real issues in this relationship. He really wanted to be with her, but what happened is that as she got older, it was just certain things that she wasn't willing to compromise on, and that's fine. But the problem is that at her age, the problems that she was bringing into the relationship, it was not worth it for her age group to him. He would be willing to deal with those problems if that lady was like 23, 24, but he wasn't willing to deal with her problems at 38 or 39, especially when I got to provide for you, especially if I'm not happy. Like, why am I dealing with that? And what the reality is that when you deal with somebody older, and that's even me, right? If you're a 40-year-old man, 45-year-old man, you're dealing with somebody younger, you typically need to produce more than a younger man, all right? What older women don't understand is that if you're dealing with a successful man, you need to produce more than a younger woman. So let's say, for an example, if I have to give an allowance out, to a girlfriend or a fiance, and both looks are equal and the attitude is equal, and one lady is 25 years old, the other lady is 45 years old, then the lady that's 45 years old, which is my age group, most likely would need to offer a lot more than the person that's 25, because the person that's 25 has the ability to change their aspect about the world to be more favorable towards men. But the lady who is 45 will have a difficult time to do that. So the older women are, and even men are, you gotta have more value for the other person. If you don't have value, you gotta have something like, typically, fertility. And I know some women have fertility even in their 40s or 50s, but overall fertility, you'd have to have some level of beauty, some level of attractiveness. The problem is that a lot of guys are not gonna sit here and deal with your problems. And I know a lot of women want that, but what happens is when these guys get a certain level of success, even above $90,000 or $100,000 a year, and they have their own house, they have their own home, they don't really need to tell you why they're doing it. They're just not gonna deal with you, right? And you can shame them into dealing with you and having it your way, but they're not going to do that because they don't have to. They're gonna go where the opportunities are. And it's the same thing with Chris Rock. Chris Rock ultimately saw something that he didn't like in the age group with his ex-wife and decided that once he saw it, he wanted nothing to do with that ever again. And the closest that he'll get is 8 years, but now he's down to like 25 years of the age difference. Yeah, that's wild. And he's never going up probably anywhere to 50 or 60. And a lot of that has to do with attitudes towards men in general that are unfavorable. And a lot of guys are trying to get away from what a lot of brothers consider a certain level of female toxicity. I happen to be on MTR stream today, and he's back in Atlanta, and he was talking about the same thing. It's not that the women are not attractive, but just having a negative attitude towards men, it was just so terrible. And you typically see this sort of attitude towards men, typically women of your own generation, which is why men date out, which is why men date younger, which is why, if you can see with Chris Rock, I mean, the majority of his women outside of his wife have been either mixed or white or something else. And I think that the reason that he would give for it is because of how those women see and deal with men. That's largely what I believe. And ladies, I know you're mad and it's not my fault, but you're gonna see more of this. You're gonna see more men, if they have the opportunity to date women 15 years younger, 20 years younger, especially if they have the opportunities. And I'm gonna tell you, those women are going to want to deal with those men. And furthermore, I'm not even gonna show you how many times that I see you women bigging up other chicks when they're dating younger men, like Tia Mowry, how y'all was bigging her up, Amber Rose, Lala Anthony. We're not even gonna get into how y'all hypocritical for that. So congratulations to Chris Rock, and y'all need to go head on and keep being mad. And I know you're mad, but it's not my fault.
So,
Well,
guys, what do you
it's your
think?
boy, Shirley Jackson, back at it again. There was So Celebrity Drunk. I'm out.
That's too funny. Now this right here, legit, has teed me off, bro.
New at 6, the Bears are throwing cold water on Mayor Johnson's bid to keep the team in Chicago. The team released a statement reading, quote, "The Chicago Bears have exhausted every opportunity to stay in Chicago, which was our initial goal. There is not a viable site in the city." In recent weeks, Mayor Johnson's been lobbying against the so-called mega projects bill, which would facilitate the team's move to Arlington Heights, saying he has a plan to keep the team in Chicago. But the Bears say the only site's under consideration.
Bruh, I am a Bears fan because I was born in Chicago. Okay? I have a cousin named Preston. He was born in Indiana. And guess what? He's a Colts fan. Someone tried to be like, yeah, but it depends on what part of Indiana. I grew up in Northwest Indiana, and I'm not far from Chicago, and I grew up a Bears fan. Okay, cool. Whatever. You chose. You could have been a Colts fan. You should have been a Colts fan. He lived in Terre Haute. Terre Haute is Northwest Indiana. I know because I spent the summer or two with him there. Was boring as hell. Didn't like Terre Haute. It's the worst place he ever lived. And in fact, I think they didn't like it either because they ended up moving to Myrtle Beach. That's how much they didn't like it. So let me tell you. It's weird. I'm still going to be a Bears fan, bro, but I'm a Bears fan literally because of the city that they belong to. And I live in Atlanta, so it counts, and it's just, it's wild. But I notice a lot of people, well, not a lot, but at least the bigger talking heads on platforms and the radio station, as a matter of fact, I take that back before I even said, yeah, actually everyone has been pretty critical of the government there. It's no secret, right? LA's in the middle of a battle too, which we'll look into a little bit later, but yeah, it counts, bro. Like, these policies of these sanctuary cities, man, have been problematic, man.
Are Hammond, Indiana, and Arlington.
Forget all the
Show with breaking news: the Chicago Bears taking a major step toward building a stadium in Hammond, Indiana. Good afternoon. I'm Dina Baer. The Chicago Bears Board of Directors apparently voted to advance its stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana. A statement from team chairman George H. McCaskey and president and CEO Kevin Warren shows an exact site is still to be selected. It adds they believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region. Indiana Governor Mike Braun issued a statement very happy, saying in part, quote, "Hoosiers, help me welcome the Chicago Bears to our great state. We look forward to building a partnership as strong as the '85 Bears defense, creating opportunities and economic growth that will benefit our state and the Bears organization for decades to come."
2 days ago.
And this is where you begin to work out the nitty-gritty in a negotiation. And there's still more work to be done there. But again, we are a lot further along than any other section in this state.
So you're saying negotiations with the Bears right now, a term sheet on a Chicago proposal?
That was always, that never went away, right? We were always working towards a term sheet.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so
That's crazy.
We will again.
Boy, it's all Trump's fault. The fella with them frohawk, mohawk, I don't know. He it's Trump's fault. It's the white man's fault. They care so much for illegals.
Right, man.
I tell you, the place has gone to crap. Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, they got this clown here running, in polling for in the Democrat presidential race. Yeah, and they also have Gavin Newsom on the list as well too. So you know what? Clap it up for yourself, Democrats.
And
Clap it up,
governor.
It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. I told y'all. Anytime we report on something from these people, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
I know that the mayor has no plan. He has come up with no plan at all about how the Bears would end up in the city of Chicago. So that's problematic. I'd love them to be in the city, but we're 3 years in now and he still has no plan.
No plan.
In fact, this is kind of typical. The mayor has shown up every spring at the end of session to pronounce what he would like to see happen. And as you know, the budget gets put together starting in November. I present my budget, well, really we start at the beginning of a fiscal year, but about in November, we're in the details of the budget. I present that budget to the legislature in February. So that seems like a good time period to come talk to the governor's office. Then there's February to May. There's all that time to come talk to the legislature, which has my budget in hand, or the governor's office. Again, we've seen almost nothing out of the mayoral administration here on that subject, or really any other. And so to show up in May and have a bunch of demands seems like late in the game, and it's unfortunate that's happened most years.
I still believe that the best place for the Chicago Bears to be is in the city of Chicago. As you know, a couple of years ago, I put forth a proposal in partnership with the Bears where they would essentially pay for 72% of the stadium that would be owned by the public. The whole goal of that interaction wasn't necessarily just for the Bears. That proposal was about, any leader of a major city or city period would work to ensure that we have public and private partnerships. And why is that important? We're talking about thousands of jobs that would go to people in Chicago. And not just to build the stadium, but thousands of jobs that would be permanent as a result of a stadium. And I've always said that there has to be a public benefit and public use to it, and that was
so
in that
crazy.
proposal.
How do you
and
lose
the idea of the Bears.
Oakland did it too.
I would just say it like this:
3 of their teams.
Arlington Heights and Indiana,
Different
it ain't
sports.
Chicago. It's not, right? And I think any discussion that would not keep Chicago whole, I think would be short-sighted. And again, I'm going to continue to work with everyone who is willing to partner with the city of Chicago to ensure that we have a public-private infrastructure that allows us to do great work.
The Bears are officially leaving Chicago, ending this bit from SNL, one of my favorite bits ever. Chris Farley, absolute legend, having a heart attack on camera, and now Bears fans are having a heart attack. Why would the Bears stay in Chicago? Let me ask you that question just real fast before we get into the official statements or what news just broke, because it just broke, and what the team is saying and what corrupt politicians are saying in Illinois. Why would anybody want to stay in Chicago? We just ask that, even if you don't run an NFL franchise. I don't. I assume you don't.
Boeing.
Why would you ever stay in Chicago? Chicago is one of the most violent cities in the world. It has a violent crime rate that is significantly higher than the national average. It has a skyrocketing homicide rate. Gang violence all throughout the city. Robberies, carjacking, and street crime have skyrocketed. The perceptions have destroyed neighborhoods all throughout Chicago. It has brutally cold winters. It has very high taxes, a sales tax of 10%. Property taxes are excruciating. Overall cost of living is well above average. The traffic ranks the worst in the United States. And not because they have so many people, but because they just have incompetent builders and corrupt unions and city governance that skim off the top. None of the projects ever get done. It's like the high-speed rail in California. Why would anybody ever want to live in Chicago? Why would you ever want to keep your franchise in a state that is run like this, that is this corrupt? Look at these congressional districts. Look at how they're able to draw the congressional lines in
It's crazy.
the state of Illinois. It's sickening. It's a rigged system.
It's majority
Why not go
Republican.
right across the border to Indiana, where President Trump won by 20 points on election night? He got nearly 1 million more votes than Kamala Harris. He got 60% of the vote. Kamala couldn't even crack 40. And Donald Trump won all Indiana counties except for 3. Yeah. That's where the Bears say we're heading. and they just made it official seconds ago. You can see this. Real post, 2 million views, 4,000 reposts, 10,000 likes from the official Chicago Bears verified account. A statement from the Bears. Yesterday, Chicago Bears Board of Directors met and voted to advance our stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana. With the exact site to be selected, we believe the world-class stadium project in Hammond, Indiana, will transform the region connecting Northwest Indiana and south side of Chicago through the loop and across neighborhoods and suburbs stretching north of the city. It'll bring Chicagoland together to deliver new opportunities, residents and businesses. No longer the Chicago Bears. What does AI say about this? Well, the reason why the Chicago Bears are moving and going to build a $4 billion stadium in a place you've never heard of in Indiana is pretty easy. The primary hurdle in Illinois was the tax structure. Without favorable mega project legislation, the Bears were facing a property tax bill of $150 million a year annually. What'd they do in Indiana? In Indiana, they just said, no, we're just going to get rid of that. We'll actually pay you to build your stadium here. So in what universe are you going to turn that down? $150 million a year, $150 million a year. Do you know how much, the franchise still has to pay for players, right? That goes directly into your salary cap. That goes directly into your capacity to get winning Super Bowl teams. Not only that, you have a much safer area that is filled with much better clientele that won't get carjacked or robbed on their way into the game.
It's crazy.
Far less traffic. Chicago Bears say that they're going to advance the stadium after the Indiana state legislature did do something smart. Instead of getting rid of their Democrat districts, they ended up passing a bill. They passed an Indiana stadium bill that accelerated the capacity for an NFL team to use Indiana tax-free, effectively, and to build in Indiana tax-free. In fact, they'll do a profit share with the team. They'll effectively pay the team to move in to Hammond, Indiana. Look, this is Hammond, Indiana. So it's very close to the border here. Here's the border. You can see the welcome to Indiana sign. It's scenic, frankly. It's scenic, honestly. Like most things in this part of the world are. This is the border. So it's very close. It has plenty of infrastructure. There, you can see that this is called the East. This is called East Chicago right here. This is a casino in Indiana. That's called the Chicago Casino, but it's in Indiana, right there on the lakefront. And here's Chicago itself. So you need to come down here. There's two major interstates that come down here. It's sort of at a big interstate cross-section between 294 and 94. And this would be Hammond, Indiana. What does it look like? Well, it looks like this. It's nice, pleasant. What a nice little mid-concert. Look at this. Boom. And you know what? In a place like Hammond, Indiana, you not only would you not have to pay a $150 million tax bill per year, but you can also build something like this. You could build something incredible. You could build the greatest stadium ever seen in America because they have enough room. You'd have enough space, and you have this town infrastructure where you could really zoom out and do something special. Again, look at go ahead and look at you can look at the map here. Hammond, Indiana, you have nothing but space. Why not build here? You knock out this golf course and just build there. There's a Panera Bread and a Cracker Barrel.
Michael Jackson
and a pizza shop
right over there too. Gary.
People in Chicago are losing their minds. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson,
Face straight.
Communist.
Okay. Is my face straight? Okay.
Oh.
All right. Keep a straight face here.
This clown.
The Bears belong in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Bears belong in the city of Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I've said repeatedly that the door is always open for conversations, Kevin Warren did call me yesterday. We didn't get a chance to connect, and
so your door wasn't open.
I still firmly believe that their best position is in Chicago, and it's evidence. The evidence is clearly speaking for itself.
Oh, really? Well, they just moved. and they just destroyed your political career. This guy, Democrats will never win again in Chicago. They'll never win again.
The Bears are throwing cold water on Mayor Johnson's bid to keep the team in Chicago. The team released a statement reading, quote, "The Chicago Bears have exhausted every opportunity to stay in Chicago, which was our initial goal. There is not a viable site in the city." In recent weeks, Mayor Johnson's been lobbying against the so-called mega projects bill, which would facilitate the team's move to Arlington Heights, saying he has a plan to keep the team in Chicago. But the Bears say the only sites under consideration are Hammond, Indiana, and Arlington Heights.
And now they've destroyed. I think they've destroyed Democrats forever in the state of Illinois. I think that Illinois will go red after this. The General Assembly's breathtaking decision to fumble the ball and adjourn without doing anything for the Bears has left Hammond, Indiana, in the driver's seat. The legislature essentially called the Bears bluff.
I think that too.
Daring them to make the
I agree with him. I think that red wave is flowing through there actually right now.
jump across the border. But they did. And now it's done. Trade deal. Indiana gets the Chicago Bears and a new space-age stadium, billions in new tourism, and Chicago gets a DEI garbage can. The Obama Library. Come on. J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson are incompetent. Look at this. The Bears are leaving. Chicago's crumbling. Thanks, Governor Pritzker. Welcome home. The Indiana Bears. Dumb and dumber. There you go. Indiana Bears. It's happening.
The Indiana Bears.
It'll be safer because people won't get shot and killed during the games. Okay. Did I do that? There you go.
Indiana Bears.
Yeah. J.B. Pritzker, state legislature, said they were not, looks like, to competently run your state. Cost decision to build a Bears stadium. Hammond, 0 taxes for 40 years. $1 billion in funds from Indiana for the stadium. $700 million for infrastructure. A $200 million tax bill if you stayed in Chicago. 0 funds for the stadium. 0 infrastructure costs covered. Easiest decision ever. Easiest.
The Indiana Bears. Oh boy. What do y'all think of this, man? Weigh in with your thoughts, family. And do we have any Bears fans in the chat?
Yes.
I know there's a whole lot of controversy right now with the quarterback on the Madden cover, but on the deluxe version of the Madden cover has caused a lot of controversy, backlash, because Mr. Caleb, the starting quarterback, has his fingernails painted. And, a lot of parents, a lot of people, a lot of young adults, a lot of men did not like seeing the starting quarterback on the deluxe version of the video game. But there's multiple versions of a video game on Madden now when it comes out. There's the standard version, there's the starter version, there's the deluxe package, and then there's the ultimate package. And each one has a different cover. But he's on different covers. In the deluxe ultimate cover, he has his fingers crossed and they're painted with his helmet on. And people did not like to see fingernail polish on his fingernails, as again the game is sold to millions of young men, boys around the world. And a lot of people think it's not a good look that we've pushed all this once again onto, everybody, our children, that it's okay to be a woman. And then people are arguing that,
that's
makeup and lipstick is coming next.
So that's coming from all the way up here.
But y'all let me know, man. So that's the big thing we've been seeing with the Chicago Bears quarterback on the Madden cover.
Oh, get this homie.
Some news of the morning. The U.S. Department of...
New at 6, the Bears are throwing cold water.
Yeah, man, that's wild. Totally unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. And of all years, right? We finally get a quarterback. It's getting all this type of national attention. And we got this stupid stadium stuff going on. People mad at him about his nails. Man, look, I ain't with it. But at the same time, I've noticed enough of these kids, these dudes, they do it. That's what they own, I guess. I don't know. What we supposed to, what? I don't got no son, but I wouldn't let him wear his nail polish. I wouldn't tell, But at the same time, that's my quarterback. So it's like, I don't care. Of course I'm not going to care. Now, I think they could have not had it painted. He could have just had regular nails on the cover. That would have been cool, He didn't have to piss off everybody, right? But, yeah. Man, goodness gracious. I can't believe that. We are going to Hammond, Indiana. That's wild. Let's see. Well, actually, this is what's the name of talking about. And they've been on his head. They're my quarterback, bro. This is my quarterback, bro.
Up there, do me a favor. Stick around and watch it. It'll be more of the same next year. Thank you again. Go Bears. Would you look at that? I mean, do I deserve a statue next to Sweetness? I'm not saying I don't.
He's watching the
Maybe
trailer.
you'll get one too. Maybe. Time to run it back. To all the haters out there, do me a favor. Stick around and watch it. It'll be more of the same next year. Thank you again. Go Bears. Would you look at that? I mean, do I deserve a statue next to Sweetness?
Yeah, I know. It's a cool feeling. It's a cool feeling. Yeah, here you go.
Hey, they got a lot of people mad at me right now in the DM. They going off in my DM. Boosie, you gonna be part of the community with us? Nah, bro. I just feel like
I agree with him.
mad because the truth hurts.
Yeah, I agree with him though.
I come up under Tecmo Bowl. I never thought in a million years that I would see a Madden cover with one of the best players with his fingernails painted. A game that sold to billions of little boys.
Yeah, it threw me out too.
What kind of message are they sending to these little boys? I never thought in a million years I would see this. As parents, how much do they have to do for us to say that's not right? Us daddies gotta go tell these boys that we got raising them to be men. That's wrong, son. That's for women. And not just daddies. These mothers, single mothers who raising boys to be men. You have to tell your son that's not right. Or in a couple months, he going playing your fingernail polish. You know what I'm saying? Next is gonna be lipstick on the covers, thongs. Is that enough?
He said thongs.
Man hiking a ball with a thong in his ass.
Yo, that's
Is
wild.
that enough for you to tell your child that it's wrong?
I could see the lipstick, which is horrifying.
That
like
is
they
wrong.
or at least makeup. That'd be horrifying.
That's what it's going to next. Lipstick, thongs. I never thought I would see this.
That real though.
A game that sold to billions of little boys. You're pushing it. Half of these kids, they so young, they can't even think for themselves too much. Some of them can, but most of them, they go by what they see.
Yeah.
Like
they have a hard time reading.
What message are they putting on these billions of little boys who buy these games? I'm just asking as a parent to the other parents, when is enough enough? To the daddies who raising men to be boys, the single mothers who on that football field at practice raising that boy to be a man. When is enough enough, man? John Madden turning over in his grave. It's a sad day for Madden.
Oof, it's a pretty strong word.
Hey, they got a lot of people mad at me.
But I love my quarterback, and I love his clap back to that, right? Like, you know, he had to, oh, wow. Oh man, that is so wild and disrespectful, bro. Jeez. Oh man. Come on, bro. This is crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jeez. That's so whack. Yeah. And I mean, I see why they try to do it like that, right? Put the NFL and all that stuff, and you know, that's a city, that's a Chicago flag, and of course, that's the bear symbol. I mean, so it makes sense, but I think it should have just been better them not being painted. But it, you know, but it's money though. If you think about it from a business aspect, though, every bit of this was perfect marketing. Every bit of it. From the fact that he's already doing his infamous pose, but then it also gives him an opportunity to have these, which is marketable in itself. You know, each one of these is a marketing tool, right? He's promoting the city, the team, the league. I can't tell what that last one is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually a no-brainer. It's almost a no-brainer for a cover photo. You know what I'm saying? And this, to be honest, it's just his first year to be able to do that and to pull off this jump man one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I'm mad that this ain't our city. It's crazy to even think and say that, but yeah, you know. So it's cool. What was Caleb's cat back? His IG yeah. This was it. Show the world. Definition of real shit. My brother. You gotta feel it. It's just so crazy because the irony of it. Caleb always do this whenever somebody say something about him. He will troll them. And this and like I can't play the song like I want to, man. But if you could hear the lyrics to it, it's so ironic. Okay, then they gonna do it. It's not gonna play the whole thing. You gotta go to his actual IG for it. But the lyrics of even just the first couple bars, man, it sound like something Caleb would be saying right now, you know? I got my own swag. I got my own style. I look my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it makes sense, bro. My goodness. But I mean, squash all that, man. To me, I'm sorry, Shawty, but I mean, I'm a lifelong Bears fan, bro. How do you think I'm supposed to feel? Like, I've never had a quarterback that was dope like this. We never had an offensive team that looked like this with a coach like this. Like, man. And we just hoping our defense is I'm just used to defense being the crux of everything, right? Like, never, you almost didn't study the offense. You might have had a favorite running back, you know. Definitely a favorite running back, maybe a favorite wide receiver, but that was it. It was really about the defense. So for this to be on the other side, man, you can't help but just like really appreciate it and like it, man. Like, it's dope, man. It's crazy, man. I'm just grateful, bro. It's how Kansas City. It's how Kansas City feel.
And when the clock hits 0, you'll look up and see who wins.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They're just gonna have to hate.
that one. Come on, guy.
Well, this ain't real. That ain't real. No way. Okay. Dang. But did he for real? Yeah, I don't know if that's real. That's interesting though. If so, shit. That's kind of fine. FTP always. Always, my boy. Wow, that's beautiful. This is a beautiful shot. I love rockets, man. Can't tell me that's not a cool little rocket, man. So awesome, man. Everything wants to play music. Bet skis and jet ski.
The Chicago Bears Board of Directors voting to advance a new state.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see. Man, I saw something about this.
Hello everyone, Future Rabir is starting this video. I hope you're all doing well. So I started shooting this video a couple of days ago and I just saw this morning with my coffee that the legend Danny Sapko has made a video on this exact topic, this exact subject or situation, and it's really, really good. So I'll link it in the description box below for you to check out. But this has been something that I had a gut feeling about when I saw it online and it was bothering me and I was like, do I make a video about this? I don't know if I want to make a video about this, but at the same time, I'm pretty certain, and thankfully, after watching Danny's video, my gut feeling was absolutely correct, and I'm really relieved. So without further ado, check out my video on this. If you have no idea what we're talking about, keep watching the video or watch Danny's in the description box. But in any case, I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. All right guys, how you doing? It's Rabia. I hope you're all well. So I've been thinking about making this video for a little bit. It's been bothering me and I was like, do I want to get into this? Do I want to get into this discussion? Because controversy is a touch and go thing, especially on my channel, judging by recent Fender controversy. But in any case, I thought, no, I'm going to do this because I feel quite strongly about it and I know a lot of you guys do too. As we all know, AI music, AI artistry, AI video is rife on the internet now and it's becoming a bit of a nuisance. It's kind of annoying if I'm perfectly honest, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree. And a little while ago, there was a bunch of stuff coming out about Suno, the devil that is Suno, making loads of AI music, and the director of Suno saying how like it's not fun writing music. What an absolute chump. There's been loads of people talking about Suno and how wrong it is, and AI artistry going out on Spotify and getting loads of streams and all this kind of stuff, and like I wholeheartedly agree how wrong that is and how it diminishes real artistry and real musicians and artists of all kinds, not just music but art and video and everything. And it's a problem, right? It's been going on for ages. Now, I was scrolling Instagram the other day. Over the last maybe week or two, I've seen it, right? There's this woman guitarist called Masoma. And I'm sure some of you have seen this as well. I'll put her up on screen now.
saying she ain't real. And if you look at her fingers, you can kind of see. My camera out. All right, I'm back in a little bit. Let's show you. Try to work.
So as you can see, this woman's playing guitar. And it sounds really nice, like blues guitar. When it popped up the first time, I didn't really think much of it. And I saw a couple of mates had commented, Rob had commented saying like, oh, this is beautiful playing and stuff. And a few of the friends had liked the video and stuff. And I was like, oh, cool, carry on. Next couple of days, she popped up again. And I thought I'll watch it a little bit longer this time. And the first thing I thought was something's wrong. I started watching it a bit closer. And it turns out, like, I'll show you examples in a second, but her hands are not moving with the audio. So I was like, oh, she's miming. This isn't, you know, she's not really playing. Which is kind of, we've talked about miming on this channel before, and people talk about miming over guitar playing as well, and how that's, you know, not particularly a good thing to do. But you can clearly see it's not real. Like, she's not actually playing the notes that it sounds like on the slides and bends that are